like a page and a half, right? Oh my God, I'll never be able to read this. So I'm going to skip what he put on here. No one in the room less needs an introduction than Luis Lopez, nor more deserves one, given both what he has done and what he is doing. So let's see what that is.
I took John at his word and wrote briefly. I'm going to read John's first. Some of you have heard me say that I met John before I met John.
Yes.
I met John in Santa Fe. He was, what were you? You were running a workshop.
I was running the
Native American
workshop, Santa Fe Native American
Yeah,
workshop.
Santa
We're Christmas to Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we have that New Mexico connection.
He got to see me panic when Scott Momaday was an hour late for his meeting.
When Scott Momaday showed up, oh my gosh. Anyway, and then maybe it was just a few months later, I ended up here. I don't know how long ago it was, and I met John again.
Yeah.
I'm going to read a poem that John wrote called Rio Arriba County Line. Now, Rio Arriba, you may have heard that term in connection with Reyes Lopez Piquerina and all the land grant problems that went on there. And in reading this poem, I have taken this drive that he's describing here many times. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. Driving across that night, long New Mexico night, refinery night, raw flames burning, Aztec to Bernalillo, vast juniper plains, dry grasses, sudden strange wet air like a warm summer night near a Colorado stream. What flames once burned here, Anasazi runners sighting off Angel Peak, mysterious spiders, coyotes, place of emergence, cachinas loom up, face the moon. Spirits remain in the earth for only a short time before returning to us. A crescent moon, my father at the wheel, my son on his lap, spirits fishing in the desert. Endless Navajo night, Casa Rinconada, the center of the world somewhere near here, in my pocket or on the dash or in that semi blowing by, like death, like the moon, like an Anasazi runner bringing a message of drop to the Pueblo. Deep in the Jemez Mountains, an old man sits in his home, the windows black mirrors, and remembers clustered ghost lights, yellow canvas, revival tents, skinwalkers, and the Rio Arriba County line. New Mexico is a very, very special place. If you haven't visited, you should go. This is my new book, Andromeda to Vocabula, and I'm going to read 3 poems from it. I'm going to read Ursa Minor, then Ursa Major, and then Sculptor. So it has 88 poems, 1 for each constellation. Ursa Minor, Little Bear. Who's your daddy, Arcus? Your name in Greek means bear, so who was your daddy? A bear? From Earth we see you as a little dipper, but like we do with your mama, we can add arms, legs, tail to make you a little bear. Ursa Minor in Latin. Your daddy is Zeus, who ain't no bear. Tricked your mama into having you who are now so special because the entire sky turns on the little star in your tail. How'd you get up there? Zeus turned you into a shaggy bear, and you, dear reader, can find the rest of the story under Ursa Major. She's your mama, Arcus. Zeus is your daddy. Ursa Major, Great Bear. Clearly embedded in your star system, the Big Dipper helps us find you, Ursa Major, Big Bear that circles the northern sky. We are told to add appendages, head, feet, tail, stars, and there you are, laid hazily. Then your story, Callisto, beautiful nymph belonging to Artemis's virgin band. Until Zeus saw you, fell in love with you, warded him off, but posing as Artemis, had his way with you, shameless royal trickster. Then Hera recognized Zeus in the child you bore, and turned you into a shaggy bear, separated you from Arcus, your son. One day, while ambling in the forest, you saw your son, forgot you were a bear, rushed to embrace him, seeing a bear rush at him, raised bow and arrow, aimed, but before he let fly, Zeus turned him into a bear, grabbed both of you by your tails, flung you into the sky. Big Bear and Little Bear, now circling in the northern sky, which explains your long tails in some drawings. Some, however, give you short tails, but that is another story describing Hera's anger. Now, these end with something else to do, on these poems, because for those of you who have studied mythology, one story leads into another, and you can go clear across the sky with these particular stories. So I also do the illustrations in the book, too. And it was, I'm sort of glad I did, because I really got more into the poems that way. Sculptor. There is a southern constellation called Sculptor, which means the sculpture, or in some, the sculpturer, but there is a southern constellation called that. And this is a Greek story that I've connected to it. Sculptor. A sculptor's workshop hangs in the southern sky. Pygmalions, some say. He was troubled by women, attracted to but somewhat afraid of them, leaving something to be desired. As he prepared a large block of marble, he imagined the most beautiful woman within was driven to chip away, to free her. Perfection emerged, wonder of beauty, body and limbs flawless. In love he desired to dress her in lavender, diamonds cascading around her neck, rings on her fingers, placed her on his bed, head on a delicate pillow. Bending to kiss her cold lips, his heart filled with emotion, wishing for a warm response. He poured a libation to Aphrodite, goddess of love, on her feast day. Make her human, make her my wife, he asked, and she could not refuse. Bending to kiss her again, he felt warm lips. Rough sculptor's hands touched her soft body. Her brown eyes lingered on her creator. Here a woman he could love. Named her Galatea, milk white. Aphrodite, blessing their marriage with a child, named her, some say, him, Paphos, foam, after her own name, Aphrodite, born of foam from the sea. Here a miracle, inspired by an artist's imagination.
Mm-hmm.